This is my school technology project on kidblog.org. Let's learn about Kidblog. What is Kidblog and what is the purpose? Kidblog is a teacher platform used mostly to publish student writing for record purposes and to share their work potentially worldwide. This tool has also been used to teach students the importance of online privacy and how their digital footprint may affect their lives in the future. Additionally, it is used to keep parents updated on their students' works and deadlines on projects much like Canvas or Google Classroom. How it is used in the classroom. This platform can be used as a continuous portfolio for students to grow and keep throughout school, but is primarily used in lower grades as schools will switch to other resources like Google Docs or Google Drive to keep assignments as they progress and learn internet safety. Kidblog also encourages peer reviews and peer editing skills as they can view each other's work if given the permission and access to do so, which builds the skills necessary later in school, such as in upper-level English and writing classes. Students can also view teacher-posted information similar to Canvas and Google Classroom without having to make a complex account. This allows students to view topics such as one example I found when I was researching this was that a teacher posted a video about Martin Luther King during their history class, and their students were able to respond to in a blog form like their reaction to the video, what they thought about it, and if it related to anything that they learned in class. An example of usage when after researching many of the other examples that teachers used for it, I made up my own. A third grade class is going on a field trip to the planetarium after learning about the solar system. They are assigned a blog that will comprise of 3 parts: what they think they will do and or learn at the planetarium, what they did and or learned at the planetarium, and what they want to learn more about regarding space and the solar system. The teacher can then view and publish the blogs without giving out student information such as their names, their school location, for parents and other teachers to view the activity. I think that this is very important and a very good example of it because it shows that students will start learning early on. So instead of us just students writing a small paper, they are able to physically interact, and they can also interact with other students on this. From what I saw, students are able to comment on other people's work, and it's almost like Google Docs where if you share the link, or in this case, if you are in that class with another student, you can see their work, comment on it, and be like, hey, I thought this was interesting. So kids here could be like, could say, that activity was really cool. I wish we also learned about that. And they can also just talk back and forth in these blogs. And since Kidblog is a public platform, many people would be concerned about the privacy of it. However, Kidblog only requires students to submit a URL provided by the teacher, the teacher's name, and class code in order to use this service. This prevents students from having to use a personal email account and start a private digital footprint sooner than necessary. In addition, the content students upload from their devices can be moderated and have different privacy settings so that only the teacher may see it, the class, local teachers such as just in their school, or worldwide teachers can view the content and use something similar for their own class. In many reviews, this website does not use any ads, further protecting children from potential inappropriate exposure to any topics they may not be mature enough yet. I also have a example of the website. I unfortunately am not able to access the full website, but here you can see examples of it. It is a paid service, and from what I could tell, it is relatively cheap, around $30 a year for teachers to use. And as you can see here, students can do book reviews, and similar to what I put earlier, they can write about a school field trip. Again, teachers can moderate who sees what in their classroom. They can also, you can see here some of how It's organized for students to use so they can add pictures, they can add titles, make their own little visuals and such. And they can also, there is the portfolio part of this where students can track what they've done in the past. And again, I forgot to mention this earlier, but it links up to Google, Microsoft, and other information platforms. So say a student wrote something out on Google Docs, they are able to upload that essay, say on that science trip to the planetarium. They are able to upload it and submit that. There's media libraries, so students can make each of their assignments very unique and individual, so that way they can show that they did their work. And again, they can share their work with people outside the classroom. Students and teachers can see what they've done in the past, and they also provide free lesson plans for teachers so that way they can further progress. And we can see here that they have small reviews, such as people from Twitter, and different rules. So this teacher put up the rules that they have for their own Kidblog, such as being respectful, and all comments have to be approved. So again, that goes back to internet safety and teaching students from a young age. And again, like this one, they started doing book recommendations. This one did water ecosystems. Students were challenged to write stories, and there's many more about it. Oh, and I apologize, I said it wrong earlier. It is $54 a year, so that way teachers can still have this service at a cheap price. And I believe that is all that I have for you. Thank you.